Ever heard the phrase, be careful what you wish for? Well, when it comes to dogs, this saying couldn't be more true, especially if you're thinking about bringing a Belgian Malinois into your home. These dogs are known for being incredibly smart, maybe even too smart. Yes, you heard that right, too smart. But what exactly does that mean? And why might that be a problem? Well, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why owning a Belgian Malinois might just leave you feeling like you're constantly being outsmarted by a four-legged genius. Let's start with a little story to really grab your attention. Picture this. You've just come home from a long, stressful day at work, looking forward to sitting on the couch and relaxing with a snack. You open the door and there in front of you is your Belgian Malinois, proudly sitting, tail wagging, and staring at you with eyes that seem to say, "Yeah, I've been here a while, and I've figured out how to open the fridge." That's the level of cleverness we're dealing with here. They don't just sit and look cute. Oh no, these dogs will outsmart you and everyone in the house, and sometimes they'll even trick you into thinking you're the one in charge. It's no surprise that the Belgian Malinois is often used in police, military, and security work. These dogs are bred for intelligence, agility, and focus. They were made to think on their feet, solve complex problems, and follow commands to a T. But here's the thing. Their intelligence isn't just limited to their training. They apply it to everything they do. If you've ever wondered what it would be like to live with a dog who can outthink you, a Malinois might just be your answer. You know how some dogs are content to lounge around the house, waiting for you to throw them a ball or feed them? Not the Belgian Malinois. Oh no, this dog has a mind of its own, and it's always at work, even when you're not. If you don't provide mental stimulation, don't be surprised if your dog comes up with its own projects. Maybe it's rearranging the furniture or, I don't know, figuring out how to unlock the door and escape. These dogs are like furry little engineers, constantly assessing their environment and looking for ways to improve it, or improvise in ways that can leave you scratching your head. So what's the problem with that? Well, let's talk about boundaries. With a Belgian Malinois, setting boundaries becomes an exercise in futility. You might have your rules in place, thinking you've trained your dog to be obedient. But one day, that clever little pup will decide, yeah, I don't feel like following that rule anymore. They'll find loopholes, test limits, and sometimes straight up ignore you because they know they can get away with it. Imagine spending hours teaching your Malinois to stay and sit, only to have them look at you like, nope, not today. It's frustrating, but it's also a sign of their brilliance. Now, don't get me wrong, Belgian Malinois are incredibly trainable. In fact, they excel in obedience training, agility, and scent detection. But here's the twist. Their intelligence can backfire if you don't give them a job to do. A bored Malinois is a destructive Malinois. Left without something to focus on, they'll turn to their own projects, digging holes, chewing on furniture, or finding creative ways to rearrange your home. They're not trying to be bad, they're just using their brains to stay occupied. And when you live with a dog this smart, your brain can quickly start to feel a little less impressive. What makes them even more interesting, and sometimes more challenging, is that Belgian Malinois are not only intelligent, but also incredibly independent. They think for themselves, which is great when you're training them to do something they enjoy. But it can be a problem when you need them to follow through on something you've asked them to do. They're not the type of dog who will just obey blindly. They'll weigh their options, and if they don't see a good enough reason to do something, they'll look at you like, really? You want me to do that? Fine, but it better be worth my time. And then there's the issue of their energy levels. A Malinois is a working dog. They thrive on physical and mental stimulation. So, if you're thinking you can just take your dog for a quick walk around the block and call it a day, think again. These dogs need intense exercise, training sessions, and challenging tasks to keep their minds sharp. Without it, they'll get bored. And when they get bored, well, you better watch out. They'll make their own fun. And trust me, you don't want to see what that looks like. It's a whirlwind of chaos, with your dog at the center, looking incredibly proud of itself. Let's not forget their natural instincts. Belgian Malinois were originally bred to herd sheep, and this herding instinct is still alive and well. If you don't have sheep to herd, don't be surprised if your Malinois starts herding your family members, other pets, or even your neighbors. They might even start herding you to the door when it's time for a walk, nudging, barking, and insisting that it's their time. And if you're not fast enough for their liking, well, they'll just give you that look like, come on, I thought you were the smart one in this relationship. But here's the silver lining. While a Belgian Malinois might be too smart for some, they're also incredibly loyal, protective, and dedicated to their owners. They'll have your back in any situation. They'll protect you, your family, and your home with everything they've got. And when you get it right, when you give them the stimulation, the attention, and the structure they need, a Malinois can become the best companion you've ever had. They're capable of forming strong bonds with their humans, and their loyalty knows no bounds. So, the question is, do you have what it takes to keep up with a Belgian Malinois? These dogs are more than just cute faces and playful personalities. They're intelligent, independent, and full of energy. If you're ready for the challenge and willing to provide the structure and stimulation they need, then the rewards are worth it. You'll have a dog that's not only incredibly smart but also fiercely loyal and protective. Let's dig a little deeper into what makes the Belgian Malinois such a fascinating breed. While many dogs are content to follow basic commands, the Malinois wants more than just treats for sitting or staying. This breed is constantly thinking, analyzing, and plotting, sometimes faster than you can keep up with. They're not just obeying commands, they're figuring out how to master the task in their own unique way. With their intelligence comes a natural sense of independence, which can make training both rewarding and challenging. You might find your Malinois trying to outsmart you, not out of defiance, but out of a genuine desire to make things more interesting for themselves. They need mental stimulation as much as they need exercise, and if you don't provide it, they'll find a way to entertain themselves. Whether that means rearranging your furniture or escaping from a secure yard, it's their way of keeping the brain engaged. So, before you decide to take on a Malinois, ask yourself this. Are you ready to be one step ahead of a dog who's probably already thinking 2 steps ahead of you? Before we wrap things up, let's talk about the unique bond that forms between a Belgian Malinois and their owner. It's not just about intelligence. It's about their drive to be with you, work with you, and protect you. If you're willing to put in the time, patience, and energy, a Malinois can become your greatest ally. They'll look to you for guidance and stimulation, and in return, they'll give you their unwavering loyalty and affection. This isn't just a dog that sits in the corner and waits for treats. No, this is a dog that wants to be involved in everything you do, from your daily activities to your adventures. They crave a strong connection with you, and when you meet their needs, you'll experience a partnership like no other. However, if you're not fully committed, don't be surprised if this super smart dog takes matters into its own paws and starts doing things its way. So, make sure you're ready for the challenge. A Malinois won't just be another pet. They'll be your partner in crime, your exercise buddy, and your personal protector, all rolled into one highly intelligent, energetic, and slightly cheeky package. In conclusion, while a Belgian Malinois might just be too smart for some people, that same intelligence is what makes them such remarkable dogs. But be warned, if you're not prepared to stay one step ahead of them, you might find yourself being outwitted by your own dog. But if you're ready to take on the challenge, a Belgian Malinois could be the perfect companion for an active, dedicated, and mentally stimulating relationship. If you think you're up for the challenge, or if you already live with a Belgian Malinois and can relate to the too smart dilemma, hit that like button, share this video with fellow dog lovers, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the fascinating world of dogs. We want to hear your Malinois stories in the comments below. Have they outsmarted you yet? Let us know. And remember, if you think you can keep up with a Belgian Malinois, you're in for the ride of your life.